If you do reporting in Google Analytics, then you know the pain. Default dashboards don't answer your questions, explorations are a rabbit hole, and exporting to spreadsheets doesn't give you enough data to work with. But the problem remains. Your boss or your clients are asking for detailed updates, and the GA4 interface is just too complicated to get the exact insights that you need. Here's the fix. This is a marketing channel performance dashboard, powered by your live GA4 data, where you can compare two periods in one click and instantly see what changed. Looking at my data, I can see that paid social traffic is up nearly 500%. Direct traffic is way down, and organic video deserves a lot more attention given the 22% conversion rate. With Quadratic, you can use AI to create charts that Google Analytics simply doesn't support. I even have an executive level list of takeaways that update whenever I change the date ranges. If you want this dashboard for your own data, then stick around because in this demo, I'm going to share how Quadratic's Google Analytics connection can empower you to better understand your marketing data so you never have to deal with CSVs, useless dashboards, or clunky BI tools ever again. This dashboard is built on raw channel acquisition data from Google Analytics, about 29,000 rows across 13 channels. Because it's synced directly to my account, I just have to rerun this connection table to get fresh data. I can also set up a scheduled task so that it updates the data in the background every morning for fresh results whenever I need it. Quick note. Connecting GA4 is a one-time setup using Google Cloud. You need to create a service account, enable a couple of built-in APIs, and provide access to your GCP account as a user in GA4. I'm not going to slow this demo down with that. There's a separate step-by-step setup video linked below that shows you how to connect in just a few minutes. But once you're connected, data continues to flow to Quadratic multiple times per day, and you'll be able to use this template exactly as is, or create your own dashboards. Alright, back to the template. I built this dashboard in under an hour with the help of Quadratic AI, which has full context of my Google Analytics data. First, I opened the chat, clicked on this connections icon here, and selected my GA connection. Here you can view all of the available data tables, which directly relate to the primary reports that you'd see in the native GA4 interface. Things like events, pages and screens, and traffic acquisition. You can close this panel if you know what you're looking for in your data, and you can also refresh the data so that it syncs the most recent traffic analytics directly to your sheet. Then you can begin prompting. If I go back into my chat history, it shows that I first asked to pull data from my primary channel groups. This was the foundation for my raw data, showing key metrics for the top marketing channels that I'm focused on. Then I created a new tab and asked the AI for a date selector. It automatically created a dropdown along with a summary table that shows aggregated data based on the dates that I choose. Then I started a new chat to reduce the context load on the AI and just asked for 4 pretty charts that can't be done in Google Analytics. It created this bubble matrix chart where the size of the bubbles indicates traffic volume, the y-axis the conversion rate, and the x-axis the average engagement time within the selected dates. This helps me spot high traffic, low conversion channels that I can try to optimize. I really like this treemap chart it created, as it's super easy to tell which channels we may have over-indexed our time or budget on, as well as ones we should spend more energy improving. For example, we got a ton of website users from paid social last month, but the conversion rate was really low. Let's dig into this further and customize our template. I want to see what sources are being classified as paid social so I can figure out what the issue is. First, I'll need to update the underlying raw data set to add in the new column from our sync connection. I'm going to click into the table where I can see the code that powers this table and just ask for a source column. Quadratic's going to update the code and the table reflects the change instantly. I'll close that panel, go back to my dashboard, and do the same for my summary table. Now that our data is much more granular, it has over 400 rows and overlaps with our charts. That's my fault for putting charts right under a summary table, but I'll just drag it down and we're good to go. Next, I'll start a new chat and ask for a traffic summary of the different sources within paid social. It looks like Twitter was our only paid social channel last month, and the average engagement time was under 1 second. This is extremely low compared to our 3-minute average engagement time through organic search, so I think it's safe to assume that our ads on X drove mostly bots instead of real users, or that we got a bunch of accidental clicks on our ads. Either way, it's time to pause some campaigns there. It also looks like our bubble chart wasn't set up to properly handle a structure change in our summary table. Let me just prompt the AI to fix it so it's more readable. No problem there. Well, that's all for this demo. If you want this exact dashboard for your GA4 property, check the description for the link to the free template. If you haven't connected GA4 yet, watch the setup video also below. And once you're connected, the dashboard is plug and play. From there, you can customize it for your channels, conversions, and reporting cadence. Thanks for tuning in.